السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are looking at the lesson number 17, and that is, today's topic is Fadilatul Shugul. As you can see, Fadilatul Shugul, inshallah. So this is actually a very nice lesson. It is part of the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then the author has decided to bring it. So we are going to learn something very interesting here, and that is revolving around work. Okay, so that's why you can see a shugul here. Okay, we have seen shugul before, right? We have seen shugul before, meaning work, right? So when we see fadila to shugul, it means the virtues of work. Okay, virtue of work. Okay, the plural of fadila is what? Fadail, right? Fadail, virtues. But this one is virtue of work. How that is clear. So without wasting much time, of course, let's just begin. So he begin by saying that inna rajulan min al ansar, a man from the ansar. Indeed, a man from the ansar. What do you mean by ansar? Okay, we all know ansar, of course, in the history of Islam, very important, right? That we have muhajirun and then the ansar. Okay, after the 12th year of Hijr, after the 12th year of prophethood, the prophet made hijrah to Medina, right? And when the Muslims made hijrah to Medina, they themselves, those who migrated, are called the muhajirun, right? From the verb hajara yuhajiru, okay, to migrate. So muhajirun is the one who migrates. They will have the ansar. Ansar are literally, it means those, the helpers, okay, from the verb nasara, yansuru. Nasara, he helped. Yansuru, he is helping. So that's where we have nasirun, a single helper. Someone who helps is called nasirun, ism fa'il. And the plural of that is ansar, helpers. So when the muhajirun, they left from Makkah and went to Medina, these people who were helping them, okay, they were called the ansar. Okay, the ansar. They were the Ahl Medina, the people of Medina, who welcomed them and helped them, and then did a lot of things to them. So they are the ansar. I hope that is clear. So a man among those people, a man among them, among the ansar, atan nabiyya, he came to the prophet. Okay, atan nabiyya, he came to the prophet. Yas'aluhu, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yas'aluhu, asking him. When we say the verb, of course, we all know it is sa'ala, yeah, right? Sa'ala, yas'aluhu, he asks, he is asking. But it doesn't only mean to ask. Sometimes it means to beg or to request for some, like to request, okay, or to beg. It can, sa'ala can also mean that. So yas'aluhu, in this case, the man that he was begging, okay, faqala. So the prophet said, so he came, he was asking the prophet for maybe money or something, okay, or actually they didn't specify, but that was, he was actually like begging, okay. Faqala, and he said, ama fi. So who is the one saying here? Yani man al-mutakallim huna. Who is the one speaking here? It is the prophet, right? So the prophet said, ama fi baytika shay'un, isn't in your house eating? Bimana, isn't there anything in your house? That's what the prophet asked him. Ama fi baytika shay. Okay, this is a contracted form question, right? Yes. So Qala, the answer is speaking. He said, Bala. Yes. Of course, we know that contracted form questions, when you are going to answer them, you either use Bala or Naam. Okay, Bala or Naam. So, like, isn't it? Aren't you? Those type of questions, they come, in English we say contracted form questions. So they will, in Arabic, when such kind of question is asked, you can either say Bala or Nam. It will have two answers. Of course, when you say Bala, it will mean yes. When you say Nam, it will mean no. In that, that types of questions. Okay, those type of questions, and they are mostly characterized by a harf al-istifham followed by a nafi, a negation. Ama, alaysa. Okay, alaysa, like that one. Okay, now Qala, he said, Bala, yes, hilsun. There is hils. What do you mean by hils? Hilsun is a cloth, just a piece of cloth. It's called hilsun. Okay, hilsun. But sometimes it is mostly known for the piece of cloth that they put on at the back of a horse. You know, before a rider take off his horse, you see that they usually put some piece of cloth on the horse. Let me try to show you. Hilsun. Let me see here. I hope you can see. So you can see at the back of the horse here, you can see a cloth on it. It's also called hilsun. Okay, hilsun. But just a normal piece of cloth is called hilsun. It's also called hilsun. Okay, but I just want you to take note in case you see it somewhere in, your Arabic book or any Arabic thing you are reading and you see hilsun. It can mean this one too. Okay. But in this context, just a piece of cloth. So he said, Bala hilsun. Yes, there is cloth, a piece of cloth. Nalbasu ba'duhu. We wear some of it. Wanabsutu ba'duhu. And we spread some of it. The manner we lay it. Maybe we are going to do something and we need it. We lay it. So, wa ka'bun. And then ka'b. Ma ma'ana ka'bun. What's the meaning of ka'b? Ka'bun is it depends on your culture, the country you are coming from. I think some culture there are some cultures which uses that ka'b a lot. Ka'bun is, we know this kind of wooden bowl. There's a wooden bowl which is circular in nature. Circular wooden bowl. Let me try to see what I can show you. Ka'bun. Okay, this, how you have seen this one. This wooden is wooden in nature and it is a bowl. We call this one ka'bun. Okay. So he said that wa ka'bun, and that wooden bowl. Nashrabu fihi min al-ma. We drink from it water. Okay, we use it to drink water. Okay. So these are the two things that he said they have in their house. Okay, he came and he said this. When the prophet asked him that, isn't there anything in their house? He said only two. He had two things in their house, and that's the cup that I just showed you, that wooden bowl, and then the hilsun. Okay, the hilsun, a piece of cloth. Qala, so prophet is saying, Qala, itini bihima. Okay, so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, itini bihima. Come to me with them, with the two. This is a way of speaking, but I just translated it literally. But in Arabic, this type of expression means bring it. Okay, bring it. Literally, it means come to me with it. Okay. So, for example, if I say the verb here is ata. Ata means he came. Okay, ata means he came. So if I say atahu, he went to him. So if I say atahu bihi, he went to him with it. So if I say ata yati, and the command is i'ti. How that is clear? I'ti, bring. So for example, Allah says how to burhan, no, fa'ti bi, no, not Allah. I think that is Firaun. When Firaun is speaking to Musa, alayhi salatu wassalam, no, when they are having, Musa went to Firaun and then they have some talks, and then Musa told him that Allah sent him and so he says that, okay, if you have a miracle, show me the miracle. So the statement he made is fa'ti bihi in kunta min as-sadiqin. Fa'ti biha in kunta min as-sadiqin. So you see, fa'ti biha, bring it, sure, bring it. And okay, I don't want to go deeper. Let me not go, because using ata is different from using ja'a. I think I've explained this previously before, but I don't want to repeat it here so that we'll stay long on this thing. Okay, so the command is eti, bring. So etini, bring. Hima, this hima is a pronoun of the two things, right? So etini bihima, bring the two things to me. Okay, come to me with those two things. Yes. So فأخذهما رسول الله. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when the man brought them, he took the two things, biyadihi, with his hands, waqala, and said, man yashtari hazaini. So bima'na, they were sahabis with the Prophet. So the Prophet says, man yashtari hazaini, who will buy these two things? Who is buying these two things? Man, who will buy these two things? Qala rajulun, a man said, Ana akhuzuhuma bidirhamin. I will take it for 1 dirham. Bimana, I will buy it for 1 dirham. I will buy the two things. Akhuzuhuma, I will buy the two things. Bidirhamin, for 1 dirham. Qala, bimana qala Rasulullah, man yazidu ala dirhamin, who will exceed over a dirham. Bimana, who will buy it more than 1 dirham. How that is clear. Man yazidu ala dirhamin, who will exceed over a dirham. Bimana, who will buy it more than 1 dirham. Qala rajulun, a man said. So this is different from this man. I think we explained this in the last time. Okay, you can remember yantaziru khalilan. You can remember something like that. When they went, we read a particular story before. Soit. I think that was it. Yantaziru khalilan. Wakana gada ana ma khalilin. Wakana dalla tariq. You can remember we saw something like that. Okay, so this Khalil, that was what I was explaining. So if he was trying to say that this same man, like here, call rajulun ana akhuzuhuma bidirhamin, I'll buy it for 1 dirham. If you wanted to say that this same man is speaking here, you would have to add, you should have added alif wa lam at the beginning of the rajul. So qala rajulu, you see, qala ar-rajulu. So if you had added alif wa lam at the beginning here, and it is ar-rajulu, it would have mean the first rajul is still the same one. I hope that is clear. But if you now say a man said, and then you come here and said a man said again, it will mean they are two different things. I hope you now understand what we were explaining that day. Okay. Yes. Okay. So ana akhuzuhuma bidirhamaini. So this man, another man says that ana akhuzuhuma bidirhamaini. I will buy it for 2 dirham. Dirhamaini, 2 dirham. I hope that is clear. Okay. Wa fa'atahuma iyyahu. Fa'atahuma iyyahu. So who is now Prophet or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Fa'atahuma. Prophet gave the two things to him, to this man, the man who said, I'll buy it for 2 dirham. Okay, fa'ata, the verb is a'ta, yu'ti. Okay, a'ta, to give. A'ta, to give. So fa'atahuma, he gave the two things, iyahu, to the man. To the man. We use this particular context. Mostly, you see like iya. Iya is used mostly when the maf'ul bihi is mansub. Then we use iya. Okay. Did I say that maf'ul bihi is mansub? Of course, maf'ul bihi is always mansub. Sorry. Okay. When the maf'ul bihi is a domir, that's what I wanted to say. When the maf'ul bihi is a domir. Okay. So I don't want to say, for example, a'tahu, he gave it to him. Like here, a'tahumahu. You see, it is a pronoun. He doesn't want to mention you see the who at the end. That's the pronoun. He gave it to this man. This man is this who here. You see the who is referring to this man, but he doesn't want to say a'tahuma hu. I hope you understand. A'tahuma hu. So it would have bring a confusion. So you say a'tahuma iyahu. Okay, a'tahuma iyahu. If you say a'tahuma hu, a'tahuma, it could mean he gave to the two people it. It could mean, it could bring a confusion. It can cause a confusion. Just assuming this was not huma, like you say a'tahuhu, he gave it to him. A'tahuhu, you don't know who is given and who is taken. It will cause a confusion. So in those cases where the maf'ul bihi is mansub, we use iyahu. Okay, even in the Quran, iyyaka na'budu. You see, Allah is the one we are worshipping. So in that context, Allah is the maf'ul bihi, and it is mansub, and it is a domir. I think I keep on saying when the maf'ul bihi is mansub. When the maf'ul bihi is domir, it's a domir. Okay, iyyaka na'budu. Okay, we don't want to say anta na'budu. Anta na'budu. Oh, yes, say iyyaka na'budu. I hope that is clear. Wa akhaza dirhamaini. So the Prophet gave these two things to the man. Wa akhaza dirhamaini, and he took the 2 dirhams. Okay. Fa'a'tahuma al-ansariyya, and he gave it to the Ansar, the Ansar, that man who was asking the Prophet for. Waqala, and said, so the Prophet gave it to him and said, Ishtari. The verb here is ishtara yashtari. We all know that ishtara yashtari, he bought his buy. So ishtari is the amr. Okay. Ishtari bi ahadihima, buy with one of it. Okay, buy one with what, that's it is 2 dirhams. So he said buy with one of the 2 dirhams to aman, food. Fambizhu ila ahlika. And when we say the verb here is nabaza. In this context, it means to share. Fambizhu ila ahlika, and share it among your family. Nabaza can mean 2 things. One is to share, to allocate, to separate. Okay, that is what the main thing is, allocation. When you take something and you divide it. Okay, so in this context, divide it among your family. That's what the Prophet is saying. Another meaning, especially in the Quran, it means to throw something that doesn't have a value away. Okay, just take something and throw it away. That doesn't have a value. So when Allah is talking about Bani Israel, okay, Bani Israel, you see how they throw their books, the book that Allah revealed to them, the Torah, what they did to the Torah. Yes, Allah described them throwing it away as if the Torah doesn't have value. Subhanallah. May Allah not make us like them. And we have to be very careful. We as Muslims, we can simply, we can easily fall into their foot, their shoes. Okay. May Allah not make us among them. Sometimes we just live as if there is no Quran. We just live our life as if there is no Quran. This beautiful gift that Allah has granted us. Okay, but sometimes we play with it. Sometimes we just leave it as if maybe in the month of Ramadan, maybe just go and take it and you start reading again. Subhanallah. It's just like when we don't eat, what happens? When you don't eat for 1 day, what will happen? You see your body becomes very weak, very deficient, we can't function, right? That is similarly how the soul needs the Quran. So if we are living our life as if we don't need the Quran, it will take a long time and maybe we don't even visit the Quran. We are suffocating our souls. We are, starving our souls. That is what is going to happen. So Allah described them as Bani Israel. Allah says that Nabaza fariqum min allazina utul kitaba Allahi wara'a zuhurihim ka'annahum la ya'lamun. May Allah not mix us up. like them. They threw the book of Allah. They threw it at their backs as if they didn't know. A part of them, they threw the books at their back. Right? So Nabaza, as I said, to throw something away as if it doesn't have value, or something that doesn't have value, you throw it away. You say Nabaza. Okay? Yambizu. So imbiz. But in this context, it means to allocate, to divide it among your family. Okay? So when you see it, okay, you know that maybe it has other meanings, not just dividing, but also to throw something of low value away. So washtari bil ahar, and buy with the other dirham, with the other dirham. Qaduman. You should buy qaduman with it. What is qaduman? When we say qaduman, you know an axe. Okay, the axe that they used to maybe to cut a tree or to actually cut a wood into pieces. That axe, the metallic part, that's what we call qudum. Okay, qudumun. The metallic part. Okay, the metallic part. Let me try to show you. Okay. Qadumun. Al-qudum. This one. This is the al-qudum. Al-qudum. You see the metallic part here. That's what we call al-qudum. Okay. Not the whole thing. Not the whole thing. Just the metallic part. We call it al-qudum. Okay. So the Prophet said you should buy with the other dirham this metallic thing. Fa'tini bihi, and come to me with it. How that is clear. So the Prophet said you should go and buy it and bring it. So fa'atahu bihi. So he went to the Prophet with it. Fashadda fihi Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam udan biyadihi. Fashadda, when we say shadda, to tighten something, to make something I'm giving another means to make something severe. Okay, to strengthen something. Okay, it depends on the context in which it is used. Okay, but in this context, it mostly comes for meaning to intensify something. Okay, shadda, to intensify something. So for shadda fihi, here it means to tighten. For shadda fihi Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam udan biyadihi. Ud, of course, we all know ud is what? A stick, right? So Prophet took a stick and then he put it in the qudum, in that metallic head. He used a stick and then fixed it inside and tightened it. That's what they are trying to say. Biyadihi, with his hand. The Prophet did it himself. Summa qala, then he said, qala lahu, he said to the man, the Ansari, izhab fahtatib wa bi' wala arayannaka 15 yawman. Izhab, go, fahtatib, and gather firewood. We have hatabun, is firewood. Okay, we all know that one. Like wamratuhu hamalat al-hatab, right? Let's talk about Abu Lahab. So hatabun, firewood. But when we say ihtataba, to gather firewood, ihtataba, he gathered firewood. Yahtatibu, he is gathering firewood. Mostly used for, like, some people who use it as their job, like someone go and gather firewood and go and sell. So we say who are yahtatibu. Okay, he gathers firewood and they sell. That's his profession, like not necessarily profession, but that's what he does for a living, right? So for ihtataba, so the man went and did that. He went and gathered firewood. The Prophet is telling him, go and gather firewood, wabe, and sell. Okay, we all know ba'a. He sold. Yabi'u, he is selling. Okay. So wabi', that's the command form. Sell. Wabi' and sell. Wala arayannaka, and I shouldn't see you. The verb here is ra'a yara. Ra'a, he saw. Okay, yara, he is seeing. But this noon is noon tawqiyid. We call it noon tawqiyid. It comes for emphasis. Okay, it comes for emphasis. Like Allah says in the Quran, summa latus'alunna. You see that noon there, that is similar thing. You will definitely be asked. And in Na'im, about Na'im, the pleasures that we have in this world. So wala arayannaka, and I am not going, I shouldn't see you. I shouldn't is an emphasis. Just know that it's an emphasis. Okay. Hamsata ashara yawman, 15 days. Don't let me see you for 15 days. Okay. I shouldn't see you for 15 days. فذهب الرجل, so the man went, يحتطب, gathering firewood, ويبيع, and selling. فجاء, then he came back, بمعنى after this time, يعني بعد هذا الزمن, after this time, وقد أصاب 10 دراهم, and he had obtained, I think the last time we talked about asoba, not necessarily meaning to hit, but also meaning to get. Okay, like I give you the example, or you say, I like in examination, mostly you tell your friends, I had 100 over 100. Okay, asob to mi'a min mi'a. I had 100 of 100 out of 100. Okay, so asoba sometimes can mean to hit. Okay, but sometimes also to mean to get. Okay, what called asoba, and he has obtained, he had gotten asharata darahima. Okay, 10 dirhams. Fashtara bi ba'diha, so he bought with part of it. Sawban, a cloth. Okay, a cloth. Wa bi ba'diha, and with some of it, and with part of it, ta'aman, food. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Okay, so the messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم, okay, he said, هذا خير لك, this is better for you, من أن تجيء المسألة, this is better, هذا خير لك, this is better for you, من أن تجيء المسألة, than for mas'alatu. What do you mean by mas'ala? Mas'ala is the noun form of just the sa'ala. Okay, sa'ala, he asked or he requested. So mas'alatun. Here, of course, as I said, it can also mean to beg. Okay, sa'ala, he begged or he requested. So mas'alatun is the noun. So begging. I hope that is clear. Begging or asking. So this is better than you. Min antaji'a, then begging to come. The verb here is ja'a, he came. Yaji'u, he is coming. Okay, but taji'a, of course, is because this one is muannas, right? Min antaji'a al-mas'alatu nuktatan. So he said this is better for him than asking or begging to come. Nuktatan, as a spot. Okay, a spot or a stain. Okay, fi wajhika, in your face, yawm al-qiyamah, on the day of judgment, right? Yawm al-qiyamah. So this is, inshallah, the end of this beautiful seerah, right? And this is a lesson for all of us. Of course, anything of the seerah of the Prophet is not just something to read. It is something we also need to apply in our life and take as a lesson from the Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So inshallah we will end this lesson here and then we'll continue in the next lesson. Jazakum Allahu Khairan wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'an al-Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikr al-Hakim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.